Sup, it's me. It's you know who. I'm gonna be making a video about Marvel Legends Iron Man. To be more specific, the last 5 to 6 years of Iron Man figures that we've received from Hasbro. And y'all may know this if y'all are on Instagram or any type of social media. Hasbro posted just released some images of Ultimate Captain America, a few other figures I really don't give a shit about, and then Extremis Iron Man. The main reason why I started to make this video is because of how good that armor looks. And just the fact that Hasbro for the last 5 years have been giving us amazing comic book Iron Mans. Like really good. Like almost each one has been generally top 10 figures of the year for a lot of people. If not a top 10 figure of the year, 100% top 10 Marvel Legend of the year. Like I have a picture up. Y'all are probably looking at the picture right now. There's a little something I did on Instagram. Y'all may like it. If you want to see more pictures like this, you know, hop on over to my Instagram. But this picture is I would say some of the best Iron Man figures we have gotten in the last 5 years, comic based wise. I'm not doing MCU because then I would have to bring even more figures, and honestly MCU are cool. They made some good MCU armors, but I think these are the figures that people, more comic book fans and Marvel Legends fans, care more about. And each one has been generally really great, and at the time when they came out were really good. It's hard to say, but I feel like almost all these Iron Man figures were like the talk of the town. Like everyone talked about them when each one came out. Even the Silver Centurion one, which I would argue the Silver Centurion is the worst figure out of these 5. Which is crazy to say, because the Silver Centurion as an Iron Man figure is still better than most Iron Man figures that came out before 2017. Because if y'all don't know, but Iron Man figures before the All New All Different one, which is all the way on the left, were not great. Like a lot of them either A, had a very lazy sculpt, or the sculpt had some sort of weird proportions going on with the arms, the back, the legs. Some shit was not working. B, the paint was off. The paint didn't make sense, or they were just lazy in the paint. Or C, they were very undersized. Like Tony Stark is like a regular sized dude. In a suit of armor, he's even bigger. It makes no sense for Iron Man to be shorter than Spider-Man or Mary Jane. That doesn't make sense. It doesn't look like an armor. It looks like a robotic dude. You know, it looks ridiculous. But all these Iron Man figures you see right here, and the Extremis one, which I assume the biggest problem with the Extremis armor, the first one, was the fact that it was undersized, and the scope could have been a little bit better in the articulation, but it was undersized, and that was the main problem. This Iron Man, and they've been making these Iron Man figures the right size, is 100% going to be a good, big, decent armor, a bulky looking one. The mold looks even better than the last one, which is saying a lot, because the mold on the Extremis Iron Man, the old one, wasn't bad. It looked pretty good. Like it was a nice looking armor, just small. But you know, that's kind of what I'm talking about. This is kind of the evolution of Iron Man figures throughout the years, especially from 2017 to now. And now we're gonna get this Extremis Iron Man. It's gonna look amazing. And there's gonna be another Iron Man armor. I forgot. I think it's the Heroes Return. It's the Heroes Return Iron Man suit, which was a suit that was designed after the Heroes Were Born story arc that happened for Marvel. Basically, to give a little summary, Marvel sold off, or I don't know about, they gave some of their character rights to Image Comics to write their main characters like Iron Man, Thor, and Captain America. They didn't do well, so they took back those rights to write them for Marvel again, and the whole Heroes Were Born designs happened. And I think this is the armor Marvel or Hasbro is going to make after Extremis one, but I'm not really worried about that. But just this Iron Man figures have gone a long way, like a really long way. Iron Man figures were looked at as mediocre before 2017, and now they're looked at as some of the best figures that come out almost every year for Hasbro. And I would say the reason why is because, one, the articulation for a lot of these figures have gotten a lot better. Iron Man used to not be able to do too much movement, but now they do a lot of movement. The paint is looking really good. Like you can look at most of these figures here on this picture I got, and like they're very metallic looking, The modular Iron Man looks nice. The 80th anniversary Iron Man I have right there, or 70th, looks nice. Even Silver Centurion, which the biggest problem with that Iron Man armor was the paint. But for the earlier Hasbro figures, for Marvel Legends, a lot of the Iron Man figures had not even shiny paint sometimes. So the fact that the silver on there is nice metallic is great. And even the all new different Iron Man armor on the far left looks great. Dude, I would say arguably the worst figure when it comes to paint, maybe the newest one, which is crazy. It hurts my soul, but it's still better than all the older Iron Man armors, even with the lackluster paint job. But the mold is still really good in that Iron Man. The articulation on that Iron Man is great too. The only problem is the shoulders, which is why I would say maybe the second worst Iron Man out of the 5, which again is still a very high bar. But yeah, man, I'm just really excited. I don't know what to say. I would say the best Iron Man out of the 5 that come out recently is probably the modular Iron Man armor. I can't wait to get the Extremis Iron Man armor, because I would like to put it next to these other figures right here, because that modular Iron Man is still the king of Hasbro comic Iron Mans right now. Like, the other one on the far right is great, but it doesn't quite beat it. Like, it's definitely still modular, which is crazy to say, because almost every figure on this list has been like the king of Iron Man figures for a time, and then gets beaten out. Like, all new, all different Iron Man was, I think when it came out, was, I feel like by many people, the best comic Iron Man figure to come out at the time. And then it was beaten out. It was dethroned by the one in the middle, the 80th anniversary. Shit. Oh no, never mind. I thought I wasn't recording. The one.